going to be making a fortune toad today with this mould from AliExpress. But first of all, I need to make him some little coins. So I've got this little mould here. I think this one came from Amazon. And I'm going to use Let's Resin metallic powder in rustic gold. And I'm just going to brush on this mica powder over these coins. I'm going to do all of them. So just going to get these brushed in. So while I'm doing this, I will just like to say thank you to everyone that subscribes to my channel and hits that like button and all the good stuff. I really do appreciate it, and thank you to everyone that sent me a super thanks and a coffee, and any money that I do get from anything like that does go straight back into the channel, and I really do appreciate that because it helps me to buy new products and bring you out new videos. So yeah, thank you ever so much for that. Right, last little one here. I'm not going to bother with the two little tiny ones. Just going to do these 6 large ones. Right, so that's those all dusted. And I'm going to be using Eco Pour today. So let's just pop that over to one side for a minute. And I think I need about 300 ml for that. So I'm just going to use, let's get it back to grams. So for every 100 grams of powder, it's 30 grams of water. So I'm going to do 90. And then I'm just going to add a little bit more because I need to add a bit more powder to make the coins. So I think I'll do that much. And then I need 300 and a bit of powder. So turn my scales, and then I'm going to add in the powder. What are we at? 170, 250, 280, 321. Right, let's make it up to 340, I think. A little bit over, that'll do. Right, so I'm just going to get this mixed in. Nice and easy to mix. Let's put those scales out of the way, don't need those now. Give that a good stir. And I think I'm just going to do the coins in plain white. Just to make it easier to pour, I'm just going to pour some of that out into a separate cup. And then I'm just going to top these little fellas up over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I can pop that back in there. And to colour my frog, I'm going to use mica powder in here today. So I'm using Rolio, and this is Egyptian green. So I'm just going to add a fair amount of that into there, and then get that mixed in. I only want it to have like a hint of green to it. I don't want it to be too greenish, if that makes sense. So that's okay for that. Right, so I'm just going to slowly pour, let's get rid of that stick. Just going to slowly pour that into my mould. Let it find its own little way into all those little nooks and crannies in there. Hopefully I've made enough. Should have. Oh, just a little bit short. Right, so I'll just make up a tiny little bit more off camera, top him up, and then I'll see you back for demold. These have all cured up now, so let's pop these out and see how they're looking. We'll start off with the little coins. So here's our little gold coins for our froggy. They're quite cool, aren't they? Lovely, like those. Just get rid of that little bit there. Lovely. Okay, so there's our gold coins. Pop those to one side. Now let's get our little fortune toad out. This is a lovely squishy mould, so hopefully he'll come out okay. Pop him out of there. Lovely. Look at him. He's gorgeous, isn't he? Oh, I got gold on him already, look. Not to worry. I'm going to give him some gold in a little while anyway. Gorgeous. Right, so first things first, I want to highlight some bits in some gold pens. So when the lovely Becca was here with me the other day, she bought me a bag of goodies, and there was these metallic pens in there. So I'll be using that one, and I think I'll start off by highlighting these little coins around the side here. So I get to colour those in. So I'm just going to go around all these bits in this gold pan. Colour those in. So while I'm doing this, I'll just pop you on a quick fast forward and you can listen to some music because I've got a few to colour in there.
Do you see me, fortune told? You're so handsome in your green and gold. I'm sitting in my humble abode, holding my IntoResin gold. When you shine, it lights up my soul. I'll keep you happy, and I know my life will never be the same, 'cause good fortune is on the way.
And then I'm just going to go round and highlight this rope as well in this gold. So there's a little bit round the bottom here with a little tassel hanging down there. So colour that all in. And then this bit going round the other side here into his little chops there. So that's how he's looking so far. And I think I want to use this other chrome marker to do his claws. So this is probably slightly shinier than the other pan. So I'm going to do his claws in this one.
When you shine, it lights up my soul. I'll keep you happy, and I know My life will never be the same, 'cause good fortune is on the way. The sun shines so brightly today, it's just like you, my friend. The way the light reflects your gold, it's almost blinding.
I'm also going to do his eyes, I think. So I think I'll do his bit in the middle there with the shiny gold. And then see if I can get round the other bit in the other gold. And the same on the other side. So there's his face there. Right, so next, oh, wrong lid on the wrong pen. Oh. Put those away. Now I've got some of the Pebeo gilding wax in gold, so I'm just going to get a bit of cloth and dry brush some of the gold all over him. So I'm just going to take most of it off, and you can always build up with your colours doing it this way. So just a tiny bit on there, brush most of it off, and then you can just build up where you want it. So I'm just going to go all over this little chap now. Highlight those details. That's bringing those details out nice. Bit on his nose. Just going to do it all over. Maybe a bit more on those knobbly bits. Highlight those a bit more. Bit across his feet there. I love the smell of this gilding wax, it's lovely. Right, a bit more around his front area. Go over his eyes as well, I think, just to highlight those a bit more. A bit more on his nose there, around his mouth. Just brushing any excess off. I think we'll give him quite a shiny front. Highlight that bit. A bit more around there. Okay, and then I think same again on these knobbly bits here. A bit more on those bits. So that side there, and then that side there, and on these little horns. Missed that bit around there. Right, I think that's him covered okay in the gilding wax. So we're just going to let him dry for a bit, and then we can give him a seal. So that's how he's looking at the moment. He's gorgeous, isn't he? I like him. Right, I'm just going to let him dry and then I'll see you back in a little while. He's ready for a seal now, so I'm going to use the Create and Bloom finish, which is an all-in-one sealant and varnish. So this can be watered down, but I'm just going to use it neat. So I'm just going to brush all over my little toad and give him a good seal. And then this will dry nice and clear. So just get a good covering all over him. Get that everywhere. Oh, and while I was waiting, I have made a few more coins as well, because I'm going to make him a little base to sit on. He needs his little base of coins, I think. So that's him all covered. Just do around this front area. Just put a little bit extra on there, because around his mouth, because the coins are going to go in and out of there. Right, so that's him sealed. So I'm going to pop him to one side to dry. And now what I want to do is I'm going to make him a little base. And I've got this lovely mould that I got from Tracy at Mini Scenes GB. I'll put the link in the description for that and everything else I've used today. And I'm going to use the same metallic powder in the rustic gold that I used for the coins. And I'm just going to brush around the edge of this mould here. So all the way around with that. And I don't mind if some does go over, but I might tidy it up. I'll decide in a minute. I'm so indecisive. I start something and then I think, oh no, I'll leave it like that. But yeah, I might tidy it up. I want to set some of the coins on the top for the toad to sit on, so it doesn't matter if some of it goes over. Yeah, I think I'll just do like a little line all the way around as well. So I'm just going to carry on doing this, make some eco pour up, and then I'll be back when I'm ready to pour. So I changed my mind again and I decided to cover the whole thing in the gold. So I've mixed up some more eco pour and I'm just going to fill this mould up now. Hopefully I've made enough. Yep, lovely. Just get that into that corner there. Right, perfect. So I'm just going to leave that to cure now and then I'll see you for demold. This is all cured up now, so let's pop this one out and see how that's looking. Lovely. That's gorgeous, isn't it? What a lovely mould. Right, so next what I want to do is I want to put some of these coins, or most of them probably, around the edge here. I'm going to keep one back for my little toad, so they fit on okay there. And perhaps two in the middle. Just do them like that. Right, okay. So now I'm going to use some of the Apex UV resin to hold these in place. So I'm just going to fill up the gaps in between the coins. And then that will set those coins in place. So that's them all filled in. Just going to use a lighter, pop those bubbles, and then get my UV lamp. Let's move you out the way and cure that. Leave that on for 2 minutes and then I'll be back. That's all cured now. So that's my little base for my froggy, and there's his little coin for his mouth. So all that's left to do now is pop him on there and put his coin in his mouth. So there's my little, I'll see if I can lift him up now, or not so little, fortune toad sitting on his little stash of coins. And you can just put any coin in there if you didn't have any of these. So yeah, thank you ever so much for watching my video today, and stay tuned for the pictures at the end, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye for now.
Do you see me, fortune told? You're so handsome in your green and bold, sitting in my humble abode, holding my IntoResin gold. When you shine, it lights up my soul. I'll keep you happy, and I know my life will never be the same, 'cause good fortune is on the way. The sun shines so brightly today, it's just like you, my friend. The way the light reflects your gold, it's almost blinding, toad. I see it in your eyes, you're more than a pretty prize. It's all a matter of time, my green and gold friend, you are my